load and launch drill on the serve. So a few things that I want you to keep in mind when we're serving is, what happens a lot of times with players is when they serve, they load, and oftentimes they're off balance. So one thing I want you to keep in mind is once you release that toss and we load, that's your opportunity to get balanced. So when we release, we load, get in a good trophy pose and get balanced. The other thing that is neglected on the serve is we don't land in the court. And the big reason that happens is because we don't get the toss out in the court. So what I want you guys to work on with this drill is when you just practice the toss, and once we release that toss, let's get balanced and in that loading position. Once we hit, the goal is can we land out into the court and still remain balanced. So it's here and then there. So I want you to take that left foot and try to make it land on this dot. A lot of times when we serve, we end up behind the baseline. Okay? So let's go ahead and just warm up your serves. Let's load and launch. That's it. And see if you can get that left foot. Exactly, Solomon. Get that left foot to land on the dot. Good. So I'd like to see you maybe get out a little more, Mattia, into the court, okay? Excellent. And launch. And when you launch, can you freeze and hold it? If you watch the pros, every single pro, when they land, they get this little scissors kick going with the back leg. So I want to see if you guys can load, launch, and then freeze. Excellent, Solomon. That was excellent. That's it, Mattia. Try to hold it. Kind of a balancing act, isn't it? So one thing you got to remember in tennis is, especially with the serve, it's the most important shot in tennis. And you're only as good as your toss when you serve. So if your ball is all over the place, you're going to have problems with consistency, correct? So we really want to make sure that ball, if we're a clock, we're making contact around 12 o'clock, 12:30, right in that area, right? We don't want to be too far here because then we fall that way. And we don't want to be too far here because then we're falling this way, okay? All right, here's a little tennis tip. So on the serve, especially when you warm up before a match, when you warm up, we're usually a little tight. What I want you guys to do is just aim a foot in the warm-ups on your serve. Aim a foot past the service line. Aim a foot past the service line. Well, now we're hitting up and through the ball a little more. Excellent. All right, so that's a great adjustment you can make with the serve. So if you're constantly hitting into the net, let's aim past the service line. Now let's say that we're always hitting long on the serve. Let's aim for the top of the net. There you go. Try to nick the top of that net. You hit the net, Mattia. That's it, Sally. So there, now it's going into the net, right? Let's aim a little higher now, Solomon. Excellent.